What is up? I was released from YouTube jail. I don't go to Facebook jail no more. I gave that shit up a long time ago, as you all should. Which at this point it doesn't really matter for all you guys that are still throwing your phones in the trash and deleting all your accounts from everywhere. It doesn't matter. They already know you. They know where you're at. They know what you own. They know what you buy. And they know what you have. They're coming. For the past week, as I said on my other channel, it has been the sky is falling. Of course, fear porn. Fear porn. H.R.127. The reason I press on this so hard, imagine if the country woke up tomorrow and just half of the pro right to keep and bear arms people realized just how illegal and unconstitutional these anti-right to keep and bear arms bills actually are. And I understand that everybody understands they're unconstitutional because they are about the Second Amendment. But what if they realize the federal government doesn't have the jurisdiction to create these laws at all, or any national sweeping laws for that matter? If just half of those people woke up, not even half, a small percentage woke up and then laid pressure on their governors in their states to quit allowing the feds to overstep what authority we gave them and create these national sweeping laws and then enforce those laws with unconstitutional policing agencies inside of our state borders, violating our rights with each step that they take, we could potentially get something accomplished using the peaceful means that were given to us by the men that created both our government and our society. That is why I press on this so much. And as you will notice, there's not been one channel that I have found, and I have actually looked, that has said, this does not matter. Here is why it does not matter. Here is what you need to do. And here is the proof that the federal government does not even... Forget about the fact it's about the right to keep and bear arms. Forget about that it's an infringement on the right to keep and bear arms. They don't have the jurisdiction to create national sweeping laws at all. You know, the people, there's a check and balance for everything in our government, with the exception of a tyrannical federal government. Now, I say with the exception, there's a caveat to it, though. There is a check to it. That is the people applying force. I just said all that wrong. Scratch what I just said. Our federal government does have the check and balances, but we have to rely on our state governments in order to apply those checks. But it can only be applied by the people by enforcing the Constitution. The only way to enforce the Constitution is with that key, the root word of enforcement: force. Well, people don't want to apply force because they fear being in jail, being killed, doing it for nothing. I hear that a lot too. Nobody wants to be the martyr. Hey, I get it. I don't want to be a martyr, but I also don't want my kids to be a slave. And it's no longer about us. Our lives are over. Our lives were stolen from us. Our freedom in our lives were stolen from us anyway. So it's now time to worry about our kids. We have to put pressure on these larger YouTube channels, especially just because YouTube is, you're never going to get the mainstream media to do it. And so YouTube is a way to reach the most people with the least amount of effort, putting the least at risk. So we all need to start pressuring these large YouTube channels. Email them, call them if you have their number, do whatever you have to do to contact them. And you can contact them. I contact them all the time and I get answers back. They just always want to stop talking when I start showing them the facts. We have to stop the federal government from encroaching or even dabbling in states' business. But then we also have to get other parts of the federal government to operate the way it's supposed to. Our court systems, for example, are totally, the way they're operated today is 100% completely unconstitutional. If we can get the federal government out of our states, we have a chance of allowing our kids, of earning our kids freedom. If we don't, well, we never will. Our kids, like, they gave us the illusion of freedom. They'll just flat out tell our kids they don't have it. So put pressure on these larger channels. If you go to their channels, there's normally some kind of contact link or contact email address in their descriptions, because they need sponsorships making $12,000 a month on YouTube Guns and Gadgets, and they need your Patreon money. You make it happen. All that other shit's for Barrett's. But we had to put pressure on them anyway, and make this happen. The time is now. Time's almost over with. At some point, they're going to start enacting these laws, and that you think your cops are not going to enforce them, your local cops. No. I watched a video earlier today from, what's Bear Independent's little buddy's name? I forget now. Damn it. It was yesterday, actually, that I watched it. You can tell the dude is so counterfeit. He talks all just like Bear does. I want all the ammo. Why does this Glock? This is a feature that this Glock chambers around when you load a magazine into it. And I kind of went through in his comment and picked apart his whole video. His video is about why the militias are useless or something, and I agree with him. The militias today don't act how they're supposed to. His point is that nobody's as good as him, which isn't what the militia's about. But anyway, if you know who this person is, go find his video and look at my comment. You'll probably find it amusing. If it's still there, it's probably deleted though. But anyway, get on these large channels, then get on your governor's office. Start calling, leaving messages. Set up an appointment to meet with the constituent liaison. If you have enough money, you can meet with your governor. I don't have that kind of money. Can't meet with my governor. Maybe we should organize a trip to D.C. I know that there are certain times, at least during normal times, not cough times, that you can arrange meetings with the representatives there. And at some point, we have to let them know that, hey, we are done. The gig is up. We know now that you have lied to us. We have educated ourselves about the facts. We are no longer going to allow this, nor are we going to comply with any of the unconstitutional laws that you all enact. We're not going to pay federal taxes. We're not going to do anything that the federal government says that we have to do in our states. Change, people.